What is up, everybody? Jason, aka Jester, and today we're going to be continuing the budget cooking series with a dish that I finally found for a coworker. We'll call her TK for today, and I'm super happy to bring this to her. Also to you guys. I'm real excited to get into it. Let's get outside. I'll show you what we're cooking. And the budget meal of the day today is going to be one of the most popular things on the planet right now. We're going to be duplicating Taco Bell's Mexican pizza at home for a fraction of the cost per serving. Really simple process. Today we're going to start with some white corn tortillas. You can do yellow. Heck, I think you could even do the flour tortillas if you wanted. It's pretty much no holds barred. To cook those up, we're just going to put a little oil down on our flat top. Of course, we are going to be taking our ground beef and then seasoning that with, I use the Spanish Gardens. It's what I grew up with. It's what I'm familiar with, so it's always going to be good for me. Of course, then we're going to take some refried beans, and then we're also going to take some of this Spanish rice that I did make ahead of time. This will be the only thing we don't do on the flat top. From there, we're going to take a second corn tortilla, get it nice and crispy. We're going to do some red enchilada sauce right over the top of that with some Colby Jack cheese and then just some diced tomatoes. Now, you can put whatever on this that you want to. Taco Bell used to do black olives and scallions. We're not going to be doing that today. I'm just trying to keep costs down on everything. So all that being said, we got to cook the meat up. Let me get everything moved off of here, get it fired up, and let's get cooking this meat. And now that we got everything preheated up, I'm going to go ahead and take my ground beef and we're going to put it right on. Not quite as much sizzle right out of the gate as I expected, but there it comes. And I'm going to let that cook down just a little bit before I add the seasoning to it. What I want to do is start breaking it down. And I want to get this as fine as possible. I want this to be basically that really small grain that you see when you get down to Taco Bell. So this is going to require quite a bit of work. Let me get it to where it's just kind of putting off a little bit of the oil and rendering some of that fat, and then we'll add the seasoning. I went ahead and moved this over to the right just so it's a little easier bit for you to see. And we're just going to take and sprinkle some of that seasoning right on top here. I want to get it to where it's got nice coverage, but I don't want to overdo it. Once you get that on, we'll start folding it in, and we'll see where we're at. And as you can see, we got everything all finished up, nice and seasoned. You can see it's really small particulated. I spent extra time working on that and just making sure it was chopped down so it was real fine. From there, our next step is going to be to take a little bit of oil, and we're going to throw some oil down on the griddle. And I'm going to go ahead and get my shells started. What I typically do with a shell is I'll throw it down and kind of give it a spin, make sure it gets an even coating. And I'm going to be doing 8 of these because we're going to be making 4 of them total. Once these hit like a certain point, we're going to flip them over and crispy up the other side, and then we'll be ready for our toppings. And now that those are all good and crispied up, what I want to do is just take a little bit of this enchilada sauce, go over the top here. This is going to serve as our sauce for these. Somewhat liberal, but not too much because you don't want it to soak through. And then we're just going to add some of our Colby Jack cheese that we had. We're going to let that start melting. And also on a couple of these, I'm going to add some of those diced tomatoes. Let those get a little warmed up. And at the same time, what we want to do is we're going to take our other tortilla. We put in a nice little portion of refried beans. I'm going to take some of our seasoned ground beef. Oop, we got a little over there. And I'm also going to take just a little bit of our seasoned Spanish rice here, because I thought that'd be a nice touch and kind of a filler. Put that right like so. And at the end of the day, that's what you come out with, guys. A made-at-home Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. We're going to go enjoy these now. Hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of content. If you do, please give the video a like. And maybe think about subscribing because I've got tons more ideas that can help you save money at home. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.